Hello guys, and welcome to a new DayZ upcoming updates video. We have a lot of content in this one. We're going to be talking about 6.2, the upcoming update, and some good news about it there. Also some stuff about the economy and more, so let's get right into it. Alright, so the first part about the status report, they actually talked about weapon sway and how that's going to be changing in DayZ Standalone with the upcoming updates. They said that this isn't just a change, a simple change. This is a replacement of the technology and player controller, so the old methods for sway, stamina and such are gone, and as we move towards beta and start getting those builds into the hands of the players, then they will start to refine the new methods of sway, getting it to the point which you still need to be aware of your stance, weight and the amount of sprinting you're doing, but that's entirely manageable and does not feel like it's daunting or overwhelming like it can in the current Steam builds. Also in this part of the stats report, they talked about radios being a possible starting gear in the game. So when you spawn, you might have a radio with you. I think that's actually a good idea. It will get people communicating a little bit more right off the start, instead of having to find the radio, find the battery, and usually that takes a lot of time and most people don't end up using it during their character's life anyway. So if you start off with it, more people will use it, more people will communicate, and more interesting stuff will happen in the game. The next part of the status report talks about the 6.2 update, and we have some pretty good news here, and that is that they managed to fix a pretty big crash that was happening. This means that everything seems to be in place for 6.2 on experimental, and they can't wait for us to get on there and play with the new visuals and sounds. Also in this part of the status report, they made a complete list of what each part of the development team is currently working on, so I'm going to have that up on the screen at the moment, and you can see what the tasks are for each part of the development team at the moment. You can pause the video and read these if you'd like, or just click the link in the description and check out the status report. Alright, and in the next part they talked about the economy and kind of how the central economy is working at the moment. Currently it's pretty complicated. Basically the way they explained it is there's a lot of things that the system right now just does which make the servers work more, and it's just things that it doesn't need to do to just get the items spawning. It's currently doing a huge process to just get items spawning, so instead of having all these complicated spawn points like you see in the example there on the screen, all those points in the police station just setting up where the items will be spawning, and it's a tedious process that they were going through, and it's become much more simple. Now, as you can see here in this new screenshot, the ranges of where the items spawn is much more specific, and they can also make it where the items are not having as many collision issues with each other or with the building, and it's much easier with this system for modders to work with in the future once modding is implemented into the game. So overall this is also much better for the server, so server performance should be improved with this change as well. This is a pretty good change in my opinion for how items are spawning, and hopefully we'll see that change really improve things like the server performance. Alright, moving on, we have a lot of screenshots of the 6.2 forests. Now, they said that traveling through the forest in 6.2 will be a more immersive experience. Repetition can quickly become boring on a map of our scale, so what they've tried to do is change up the visuals and make some of the stuff in the forest a little bit different. So they've added more tree variations. So they've changed things like the overall shape, size, and age. So some trees will be younger, some will be older, and things like that. So it makes it a little bit more interesting. Forests are a big part of DayZ. I mean, a lot of the map is just straight up forest, so it's a big part of the game. This is a pretty big update. We do have the screenshots here, and they will be rolling across on the screen. And as you guys can see, some pretty impressive stuff there. The next part also kind of has to do with forests. It's more talking about 6.2 and the initial changes to the whole western border. If you guys remember, we talked about the western expansion a while back in another upcoming updates video. Basically the whole western side of the map, where the map kind of looks like it just comes to an end, they have completely redone that, and they've also added a new railway system that expands out that way as well. So that will also be coming into 6.2. The western expansion expansion is included in the 6.2 update, but what they have said is it will roll out in different updates. So it will start with 6.2, and then as more updates come, the Western expansion will also come with those. So it's not going to be fully with 6.2, but parts of it will start in this update. Finally, they said in addition to the improvements the way the grass trees look and behave in wind, the programmers have also went in and fixed many of the issues related to lighting and sky. So you can look forward to that in 6.2 as well. And that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this DayZ upcoming updates video. If you did, be sure to hit that like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.